All right, I'm going to call to order the September 25th, 2025 regular meeting. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. No. I'm sorry. Marissa, can we have the roll call, please?
President Ruffing.
Here.
Vice President Anzier.
Here.
Commissioner Balakrishna.
Here.
Commissioner Jacks.
Here.
Commissioner Janner, absent. Commissioner Risbald.
Here.
Commissioner Thompson.
Here.
President Ruffing, I've been informed that Commissioner Janner has requested to participate remotely due to business.
Move to allow a remote meeting participation of Commissioner Janner per Section 7 of the Open Meetings Act.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Vice President Anzier.
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson.
Yes.
Commissioner Balakrishna.
Yes.
Commissioner Jacks.
Yes.
Commissioner Risbald.
Yes.
President Ruffing.
Yes. Commissioner Janner, are you there?
Yes, thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, Marissa, do we have any matters from the public?
We do not.
Okay. All right. Moving on to this consent agenda. Will you please read the consent agenda?
Item 3.1, approve September 11, 2025 regular meeting minutes. 3.2, approve September 11, 2025 executive session closed meeting minutes. 3.3, accept the base bid and alternate number 1 of Richmond Electric Company, Inc. in the amount of $56,470 as the lowest responsive and responsible bid, and to award the contract for the Centennial Beach Stormwater Lift Station electrical repairs work, and to authorize staff to carry a further 5% contingency for a total authorized expenditure for the project in an amount not to exceed $59,293.50. 3.4, reject the bid from Innova Fence for failure to submit a responsive and responsible bid, and move to award the contract for the Commissioners Park Ball Field Fence renovation project to Proline Fence with the lowest responsive and responsible bid in the amount of $96,523.84, and to authorize staff to carry a further 5% contingency for a total authorized expenditure for the project in an amount not to exceed $101,350.
Thank you. Should any items be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately? Seeing none.
Move to accept consent agenda items 3.1 through 3.4.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Vice President Anzier.
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson.
Yes.
Commissioner Balakrishna.
Yes.
Commissioner Jacks.
Yes.
Commissioner Janner.
Yes.
Commissioner Risbald.
Yes.
President Ruffing.
Yes.
Move to approve consent agenda items 3.1 through 3.4.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. No unfinished business, so we will move on to discussions, starting with 5.1, ADA transition plan.
Yes, good evening. As a major Naperville Park District goal in 2025 is the completion of an updated version of the district's ADA transition plan. The updated plan will guide the district in prioritizing improvements, allocating funds, and executing projects to remove barriers associated with parks, facilities, programs, and services. The Park District administered an extensive community input process as part of updating the ADA transition plan. Throughout the process, community input was essential, which occurred via public open house events held at the Fort Hill Activity Center, as well as an online questionnaire provided opportunities for residents to share their ideas pertaining to accessibility throughout the park system. A total of 36 individuals provided input via the online questionnaire form. The intent is to review the topic of the ADA transition plan this evening and gather any input. The input gathered for the review will assist staff in finalizing a plan and presenting the document for approval at a future park board meeting, which we're targeting October 9th. And as you may recall, this was included in the September 5th weekly packet, as well as we had an opportunity to discuss this with the Parks and Rec Committee on September 11th. Following the anticipated approval of the 2025 version of the ADA transition plan, staff plan to incorporate accessibility improvements based on priority in the capital plan through the repair and replacement of existing recreational amenities and facilities, as well as new projects and organizational initiatives. Similar to the approach implemented in past years, funding for accessibility improvements associated with the updated ADA transition plan is recommended to be supported by the Naperville Park District Special Recreation Funds in partnership with WDSRA. So just an update on that topic.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I think we're good.
Thank you.
Thanks. 5.2, non-tax revenue plan.
Good evening. The non-tax revenue plan represents all revenue other than property tax that is received by the Park District through the delivery of programs, services, and other district operations. The plan outlines district policies and procedures associated with non-tax revenue. It provides history, identifies trends, and establishes objectives to maximize revenue opportunities. The plan was originally adopted in 2012 and is intended to be updated every 3 to 5 years. The last update was approved in September of 2019. At the August 28th Finance Committee meeting, a draft copy of the updated plan was presented and discussed, and the committee asked staff to include a summary of changes, a redline version of the updated plan, with the full draft copy when it was sent to the full board for review. That package was sent to you in the September 5th weekly packet. And do you have any questions on it? No?
I don't believe so.
All right. Well, then the plan will be presented for your approval at the October 9th board meeting.
Sounds great. Thank you. Moving on to 5.3, bid limits legislation.
All right. In early August, Public Act 104-114 was signed into law. That act amends the Park District Code to establish separate competitive bidding thresholds for work and for supplies and material. The bidding threshold for work remains unchanged at $30,000. The bidding threshold for supplies and material increases from $30,000 to $60,000. This change allows park districts to purchase supplies and materials like trucks or vehicles in excess of $30,000 and up to $60,000 without a competitive bidding process, so long as the district's own purchasing policy does not specify a lower threshold. Aligning the district's bidding threshold for materials and supplies to $60,000 would require an update to the purchasing and bidding policy. This does not impact purchasing authority or approval levels that are defined in the policy. So goods and services that are in excess of $30,000 will continue to be requiring board approval. At the August 28th Finance Committee meeting, updating the purchasing and bidding policy was discussed, and the committee was supportive in increasing the bidding threshold for supplies and materials to $60,000 to align with the amended Park District Code. A summary of the recommended policy updates and a redline version of the policy were included in the September 19th weekly packet. If you are supportive of the policy update, the revised policy will be submitted for your approval at the October 9th board meeting. Do you have any questions?
Does not. Commissioner Janner, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, thanks. All right, I think we're good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Moving on to 5.4, 2026 recycling dumpster services.
Good evening. 2025 represented the final of 2 renewal option years for the district's annual recycling and dumpster services contract. A request for proposal for services in 2026 with 2 additional option years was published in the Daily Herald and on our website on August 8th. 15 project manuals were requested and 3 bids were received at the August 20th bid opening. Bid results, as well as a recommendation from staff for those 2026 services, will be provided in an upcoming weekly packet with a request for a contract approval expected at the October 9th board meeting. Any questions on that one?
No, sounds good. 5.6, 2026 contract mowing renewal, Mark 1 landscaping. Just kidding. I knew I did that wrong. It didn't sound right as it came out. I'm sorry. 2026 annual parks and golf tree trimming, tree removal contract.
The district's 2026 annual parks and golf tree trimming, tree removal project RFP was published in late August with responses due at the bid opening on September 11th. Tasks in the RFP included overstory tree pruning, tree and tree trunk removal, chipping, site clearing, and mulching. 18 bid packets were requested and a total of 4 proposals were received. Staff are reviewing documentation supplied by the low bidder and to ensure that project manual specifications were met and anticipate a recommendation at the October 9th board meeting.
Sounds great. Thank you. Now 5.6, 2026 contract mowing renewal, Mark 1 landscaping.
Also at that October 9th meeting, staff plan on presenting for approval a renewal contract for 2026 mowing services with Mark 1 Landscaping. Mark 1 was awarded the annual mowing services contract for 2024, which included option years for 2025 and 2026. This contract request represents the second and final renewal option. Contract details will be provided in an upcoming weekly packet, and Mark 1 has proven to be a reliable service provider over the last 2 years, and we look forward to another year working together.
That sounds great. All right, moving right along. 5.7 fleet equipment purchase pull behind mower.
The Fleet Division will be seeking approval to purchase a Trimax Pegasus 493 pull behind mower at the October 9th Park Board meeting. Multiple staff members spent several months investigating replacement options for the current Frontier mower and came to a unanimous conclusion that the Trimax unit would best serve the district. As the Trimax mower is only sold by one dealership in the state that sells them regionally, we intend to recommend to the board that approval of the sole source purchase of the unit. As Trimax confirmed that they do not participate in any purchasing networks, a memo was provided to provide more background on this recommendation. Revels Turf and Tractor out of Elgin provided a price quote of $60,129.90 for the 16-foot model that would be used at Frontier Park, Ashbury Greenway, as well as other open park spaces. Staff was able to evaluate the mower on 2 separate occasions and gave me a hefty 9-page report on their findings. They were able to take a deep dive into its operation and even emulate mowing rotations using the new equipment to compare and contrast attributes of the current and demo mowing decks. They looked at items such as quality of cut, time spent on maintenance and mowing at different locations, grass clippings left on athletic fields, and aesthetic enhancements. Park staff even consulted with members of our rec team to gather feedback and receive positive comments on the quality of cut and visual improvements provided by the striping features. Most importantly, our internal mowing time measurements lined up with those provided by other organizations we contacted. Use of the Trimax as compared to other similar mowing decks resulted in a 25 to 50% time savings, depending on the areas that we're using it to mow. These time savings would be used to provide additional mowings on our sports fields, use of the mower at other sports complexes and open spaces, and then also allow staff to perform other maintenance tasks in the park. Pending approval, the dealer indicated that delivery would take place this fall. Replacement of the mowing deck was provided in the 2025 Fleet Capital Vehicle and Equipment Replacement Plan, and funds remain available to make this purchase. Any questions on this unit?
Thank you for that description and explanation. Does anyone have any questions? Okay.
Are we using a similar type mower right now?
Yes, it's the mechanism is the same. We pull it behind with the tractor. The unit we have, it's just a little bit older, and the features it has are not as great. The new one it will like stripe the ball fields. If you looked at the memo, you could kind of see the striping it provided, but the mechanical features and the way it functions allow us to actually turn and mow faster and give a much more level quality of cut. So yes, but kind of souped up and give us a lot nicer product in the end.
All right, great. Thank you. Now, 5.8 fleet equipment purchase, utility vehicle and tractor.
Fleet will be seeking approval for the purchase of a Toro Workman utility vehicle as well as a John Deere 5000 series tractor at the October 9th meeting. Both units would be purchased using contracts awarded via the Sourcewell Purchasing Network and will replace older units listed in the 2025 Fleet Vehicle and Equipment Replacement Plan. Orders would be placed immediately following board approval, with both units having expected deliveries later this fall. Funds remain available within the Fleet Capital budget. Separate memos will be provided for each of the units, providing more information prior to the next meeting.
All right. Thank you very much.
One more.
Everybody's favorite, 5.9 declaration of surplus.
Staff have identified several items as no longer needed for Park District purposes, and we anticipate providing a declaration of surplus property ordinance for approval at the October 9th meeting. At this time, a detailed list of the items supplied by multiple departments is still being finalized and will be provided in an upcoming weekly packet. As is our normal practice, once the declaration is approved, each item will be sold, recycled, traded in, or disposed of.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, moving on, 5.10, 95th Street lease.
Okay, good evening. So the 95th Street lease agreement is set to expire at the end of this year, and we are looking to extend the terms of the lease for another year. We have reached out to the property owner, and he would be interested in renewing the terms of our agreement. He is proposing a 4% increase in the monthly rental fee. The new fee would equate to $10,623.38 per month, or an annual fee of $127,480.66. Staff believe this location provides additional indoor programming space on the southern end of town, and the current participation levels at the 95th Street Center continue to support the need. At the end of this year, we will have held over 220 total classes, and we will have served over 1,600 participants. This space is primarily used in the early mornings, in the evenings, and over holidays and summer breaks. This scheduling has allowed us to be compatible with the daytime businesses that are currently located within the building. The future of this facility will continue to be evaluated in 2026 and beyond, and we will work through the district's assessment of indoor space. Any questions?
Makes sense? Nope. Thank you. Moving on to 5.11, School District 203, shared use synthetic turf.
Okay. The Park District has been presented with an opportunity to partner with the School District 203 on the shared use of the synthetic turf that is currently being constructed at Naperville North High School. The two fields are located on the west end of the campus and south of the school's main stadium. The fields are lined for soccer, football, and lacrosse. As mentioned in the weekly packet, the partnership would give the Naperville Park District use of the fields 2 nights per week from 6 to 10 p.m. during the months of March, April, May, September, and October, when lighted fields are in high demand. The primary use of the fields would be for the growing lacrosse program and additional soccer fields for the older age level of play. As you are aware, the Naperville Park District and School District have current intergovernmental agreements in place for the shared use of the park synthetic turf. If interested, we would look to develop a similar agreement for the Naperville North fields. However, the structure would vary slightly. Since the fields are located on the District 203 property, the ongoing management of the maintenance and the rental opportunities would fall under District 203. The proposed shared split based on the percentage of scheduled use would not exceed 9.3% for the Park District and 90.7% for the School District. We are still finalizing the potential schedule and exploring the availability of the fields for community drop-in use. So it is possible that the shared percentage may drop slightly below the 9.3%. The total cost for the Park District portion based on the 9.3% split would be $413,949. As you consider this cost, if we were to rent the fields, the rent would exceed over $600,000 over a 10-year span. Okay. The addition of these two fields would also assist the district in providing a greater balance of programming on large multi-use fields throughout the community. As identified in the district's current master plan, there are 8 multi-use fields located in the north and central areas of the community combined, and 28 large multi-use fields located in the southern area of Naperville. So any questions?
I was just curious, we don't have any access to it when school's not in session, it looks like, June, July, August. Is there any, do we have a large demand during that time where we would need fields like this?
Oh, for the summertime? No, we have plenty of our own space in the summertime.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So you say it's like 9.3, a certain percentage. Is that variable over time? Like, will that change, or could it
No,
possibly
once
change?
we set the contract, it'll be set. Now, we could go back and renegotiate and talk to them about that if we needed more or something down the lines, but right now, that's what it would be set at.
Okay.
I have a quick question. I know we talked about this at the Parks and Rec Committee meeting, but just to clarify, so with the sharing agreement, we wouldn't be paying any rental fees on top of that, right? Just
Correct.
the agreement. Okay.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Okay.
5.12, recreation programming plan review.
Okay. In your weekly packet, you received a copy of the updated recreation programming plan. This evening, I would like to gather your feedback prior to seeking final approval at the October board meeting. This plan was originally adopted in 2011, with the last update completed in 2021. The plan is intended to be fluid and a living document and expands upon the district's master plan and strategic plan. The plan identifies how we, as a recreation department, develop, deliver, and evaluate recreation programs and leisure opportunities and services. Most of the updates to the plan were made to the data specific to demographics, participation, program analysis, and trends. Much of the standard processes and practices remained unchanged. The inventory, the last few pages, if you notice, those are 2 pages that were not updated, but I will have those updated in the final version. Any questions?
I don't believe so. Thank you.
Okay.
5.13, fees and charges policy. Sorry,
All
policy
right.
manual.
Okay, so also included in your weekly packet was a copy of the updated fees and charges policy manual. This document goes hand in hand with the recreation programming plan and provides an overview of the different fee classifications and fee structures. The policy was last reviewed in 2019, and as noted, there were minimal changes made to the document. I plan to present this for your final approval at the October meeting.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Next up is 5.14, Naperville Golf Course Irrigation Pump Inspection and Maintenance.
Evening. In your weekly packet, staff included a memo detailing the project to inspect and complete needed maintenance on the irrigation pumps at Naperville Golf Course. Staff is currently soliciting bids for this project with the expectation of bringing a contract for the board's consideration at a meeting in in October. The scope of the work includes removal of the 2 irrigation pumps and motors that pump the water for the irrigation system at Naperbrook. These pumps were installed in 1990 and have been serviced every 12 to 15 years to maintain the reliability of the pumps that provide the irrigation water for use at the golf course. The last service on these pumps was in 2013, and to complete the work, the 2 bowl assemblies and motors would have to be removed to allow the components to be serviced and replaced. A total of $60,000 is allowed in the 2025 golf capital budget for this project. Pending contract approval, work would begin in November after our irrigation system is shut down for the season, with substantial completion expected in December. I don't know if any questions on that.
A question, how deep are those wells?
Well, these are actually just the pumps. These are actually set in a wet well that's connected to the pond. Okay. So they're only down about 15 to 20 feet.
Okay, all right.
All right. Any other questions? Thank you. Moving on to 5.15, Naperbrook Golf Course Irrigation Well Motor Starter Improvements.
Thank you. Also in your weekly packet was a memo detailing the Naperville Golf Course's irrigation well motor starter improvements. This project is also being solicited currently and is expected to be presented to the Park Board for their consideration at a meeting in October. Work on this project includes removal of the existing 35-year-old electric panel that currently operates the irrigation pond recharge well, and we'll be replacing it with a new upgraded control panel. The new panel will provide improved motor operation and, more importantly, upgraded protection by adding a variable frequency drive and also additional motor protection. It'll accomplish this by monitoring the electric feeds that are coming into the well, and if a fault, power surge, or other power anomaly is detected, the control panel will automatically shut down the equipment, which will reduce the possibility of a motor or pump damage and other costs of repairs. $60,000 is allocated in the 2025 golf capital budget for this project, and pending contract approval, work is scheduled to begin in November after our irrigation system is shut down, with substantial completion expected by the end of the year.
I do not see any questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And lastly, 5.16, Fuel Master System Upgrades.
Good evening. Also included in your weekly packet on September 9th was a memo detailing the Fuel Master software system that Fleet uses currently for tracking fuel consumption, inventory, and usage. We've been working with that for a long time. The server that it's currently hosted on internally has reached end of life, and the product itself is considered in a legacy status with the vendor, and they recommend migration to their cloud-hosted platform. A project for this would entail technical consulting for migrating of that database, as well as hardware upgrades at the 3 fuel pumps so that they can connect directly via cellular out to the vendor. Trying to make sure there were no other details as I went through. But we've got 3 quotes in hand, having worked with the software vendor, and we're anticipating bringing the low quote to you at the next board meeting for approval.
Okay, any questions? I don't think so. Thank you very much. Our next meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners is scheduled for October 9th, 2025 at 7 p.m. here at Fort Hill Activity Center, and we do have executive session.
Move to adjourn to executive session to discuss land acquisition per Section 2C5 of the Open Meetings Act.
Second. Roll call, please.
Vice President Anzier?
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson?
Yes.
Commissioner Balakrishna?
Yes.
Commissioner Jacks?
Yes.
Commissioner Janner?
Yes.
Commissioner Risbald?
Yep.
President Ruffing?
Yes. Thank you.